In the world of high-stakes politics, there are moves that are bold, moves that are controversial, and moves that are, according to some, flat-out illegal. This week, we witnessed a move that might just be all three. President Donald Trump has unilaterally decided to cancel nearly $5 billion in foreign aid, money that had already been approved by the United States Congress. This isn't just a simple budget cut. It's a high-stakes political maneuver that challenges the very foundations of congressional authority and could have far-reaching consequences across the globe. So what exactly happened? How did the president bypass Congress? And what does this mean for the United States and the world? Today, we're diving deep into the story behind the headlines, exploring the controversial tool used to make this happen, and unpacking the potential fallout of this unprecedented decision. To understand how President Trump was able to make such a move, we need to familiarize ourselves with a term that has been pulled from the dusty archives of political jargon, the pocket rescission. It sounds obscure, and it is. The last time it was seriously discussed was nearly half a century ago. So what is it? Imagine the government's budget as a checking account. Congress, which holds the power of the purse, deposits money into various accounts for specific purposes like foreign aid. The president and the executive branch are then responsible for spending that money as Congress intended. Now, if a president wants to cancel some of that funding, they can formally ask Congress for a rescission. Congress then has 45 days to consider the request. If they agree, the money is returned to the Treasury. If they don't, the president is legally obligated to spend the money as planned. A pocket rescission is a controversial twist on this process. It happens when the president sends a rescission request to Congress so late in the fiscal year that the 45-day review period extends beyond the date the funds are set to expire. In this case, the fiscal year ends on September 30th. By sending the request in late August, the administration has created a situation where the funds will expire before Congress has a chance to act. The money is effectively frozen, and the president achieves his goal of not spending it, regardless of what Congress wants. But is this legal? According to the Government Accountability Office, or GAO, the independent, nonpartisan agency that works for Congress, the answer is a firm no. The GAO has stated that pocket rescissions are illegal because they allow the president to unilaterally change the law and undermine Congress's constitutional authority over government spending. It's a move that, in the words of one official, isn't worth the paper it's printed on, but that hasn't stopped the Trump administration from using it. So what exactly is being cut, and who will feel the impact? The nearly $5 billion targeted by this pocket rescission isn't just a lump sum. It's a lifeline for various critical programs around the world. Approximately $3.2 billion is earmarked for development assistance grants, crucial funding that supports everything from healthcare initiatives to education and infrastructure projects in developing nations. Another $520 million is being pulled from the United Nations, impacting both its regular budget and vital peacekeeping operations in conflict zones. While the White House frames these cuts as eliminating woke, weaponized, and wasteful spending and aligning with an America First agenda, critics argue the consequences could be severe. Past attempts to significantly reduce foreign aid, particularly through the proposed elimination of most U.S. aid contracts, have drawn dire warnings. Experts have projected that such cuts could lead to millions of additional deaths globally, including a staggering 4.5 million children under the age of 5 by 2030. It's not just about numbers. It's about real people, real lives, and the potential for increased instability in already fragile regions. Beyond development, the cuts threaten global health programs, potentially increasing the risk of outbreaks of diseases like drug-resistant tuberculosis and Ebola. And for the United Nations, the reduction in funding for peacekeeping missions could undermine efforts to maintain peace and security in volatile areas, leaving vulnerable populations at greater risk. The UN Secretary-General has already urged member states to step up their support to mitigate the worst impacts of these deep cuts. Unsurprisingly, this move has ignited a firestorm of criticism, particularly from Democrats in Congress. They view the pocket rescission as a blatant overreach of executive power and a direct assault on Congress's constitutional role in appropriating funds. The sentiment is clear. This isn't just a policy disagreement. It's a constitutional crisis in the making, setting the stage for a potentially bruising spending fight. This isn't the first time the Trump administration has sought to reduce foreign aid, but the method employed this time, the pocket rescission, adds a new layer of legal and political complexity. The administration's justification that it's targeting programs involved in censorship operations and meddling in elections in foreign countries has been met with skepticism by those who see it as a broad-brush attempt to dismantle established foreign policy tools. The implications extend beyond the immediate financial impact. This action sends a powerful message to the international community about the reliability of U.S. commitments and its role in global humanitarian and development efforts. It raises questions about the future of multilateralism and the willingness of the United States to engage with global challenges through traditional diplomatic and aid channels. As the fiscal year draws to a close, the battle over these funds is far from over, and its outcome will undoubtedly shape the landscape of U.S. foreign policy for years to come. In conclusion, President Trump's use of the pocket rescission to cancel nearly $5 billion in foreign aid is more than just a fiscal decision. It's a profound challenge to the established balance of power between the executive and legislative branches. While the administration asserts its right to cut what it deems wasteful spending, critics, including the government's own accountability office, firmly declare the action illegal. The ramifications are not merely domestic, but global, potentially undermining humanitarian efforts, global health initiatives, and international peacekeeping operations. As this constitutional showdown unfolds, the world watches to see whether this rare maneuver will become a new precedent, reshaping the future of U.S. foreign policy and the very definition of the presidential power of the purse.